Hello Internet, Magic Man here from MMOBomb.com, bringing you another first look video. This time it's for Faeria, the free-to-play card game, board game, mashup, resource-based. Yeah, you're gonna see it all. It's actually, I'm pleasantly surprised by this one. It's a free-to-play game by Abracam SA, both developed and published. It's been on early access in Steam for a while, but it's gone to official launch now, so if you want to check it out, go for it. You can jump right in within a few minutes. It's a pretty quick download. We're going to spend about 15-20 minutes checking out the game, giving you our first impressions of it, and let's get started here. So right now on the main menu, I've played for a little while. I'm just over level 7. And I went to level 7 for a few reasons before I did this first look, because there's a few things that you have to be certain levels to unlock, and I wanted to be able to show them all to you. What is the game in a nutshell? In a nutshell, it's a strategy card game, much in the vein of a Magic the Gathering, a Hearthstone, that type of thing. But it mixes in elements of a board game as well. So not only is there resource management on the cards aspect, but there's resource management on how you build the actual game board. Now, if you're kind of thinking right off the bat, if you're an old head like myself, you're thinking concept, no, it's not along those lines of a board game, but damn, I wish there was a new concept. It's been a while. Let's jump into a solo battle and take a look. And then we'll get into deck creation and all those things. Everything that you would expect from this type of game, including objectives and daily quests, they're all here. So right now I've got 2 daily quests. Play 10 yellow cards, which you're not going to see me do because right now I'm playing primarily with a green deck. And practice Pandora, play a practice run. I probably won't play a practice run on the first look here, but I will take you through what Pandora is so that you can see. If I don't like these quests, though, I can re-roll and get rid of one. So now I have one that you might see me actually do on the first look video, and I can gain 500 gold by destroying 15 creatures. So we'll go ahead and continue with that. Right now I've got 19,000, a little over 19,000 gold. That's the in-game currency that you're going to gain through completing puzzles, completing various objectives, completing daily quests. Gems are the cash shop currency. We'll get into that in just a second. I want to show you the game first. Let's jump into our training pack. As you can see, I'm 4 out of 8 through here. This one is a mission. There's another mission pack, the Cypher mission pack that I've been playing through where I'm on an epic mission. And I haven't opened the Jalmir 2 mission pack because I wanted to leave that screen up. I've completed the Jalmir 1 mission pack. And there's another game mode in there that I want you to see. Hopefully we'll see it as soon as we open this. Master the game by solving the Sphinx's riddles. Contains 7 puzzles. Total rewards, 4 battle chests, and 600 gold. Now to open it, I can spend the gold in-game currency or the cash shop currency. I'm going to spend the gold, of course. So we have unlocked the second mission pack. Open that bad boy up. And now you see that we have a puzzle mode. So there's a lot of various modes, and I'll tell you what, I'm really, really digging the puzzle mode. Really digging the puzzle. Obviously, they start out easy and get more difficult as you go. But let's jump into a mission so you can see the basic gameplay. I've been playing with a green starter deck. I just had a quest to create a red starter deck. That's why you see one sitting there. And it gives you a bit of a ranking for those decks. Creatures with jump can move over up to 2 spaces. Oh, okay, great. So here's your basic game board. I'm on the bottom of the screen. My opponent's on the top of the screen. We both have 20 health. Whoever gets the other player to 0 first wins. Pretty self-explanatory. And just like you'd expect, I'm going to play first, so I'm not going to get a bonus card or anything. But I do have the option to redraw some cards. I'm going to keep these. These are fairly low cost at 3, so that's not too bad. Our resources right here, you see I start with 3, and I'm going to gain that every turn too. But notice on the board there are wells where those resources are as well. So if I can get characters adjacent to those and leave them there or have a few there and sub them in and out, as long as I have a character adjacent to them, I'm going to draw extra resources per turn. Now there's 2 different aspects of this game you're managing. One is your cards in your hand, and pretty self-explanatory. If you've played any card game, you know a lot of these things. Maybe you just don't know their words for it. So gift does something when it's played from your hand. Charge 3 moves up 3 spaces in a straight line. And you don't have to click anything, just mouse over and it'll tell you what they do. Upper left-hand corner is the resource cost to cast this card. In the bottom left is its attack. Bottom right is the card's health. So all very familiar things. Now notice this particular green card has a forest icon and a 2 below its resources. So what that means is I need to have at least 2 forests controlled by me, or placed on the board by me, might be a better way to word it, before I can even cast the Tiki Caretaker. So what do I mean? Well, the other part of this game you're managing is your little wheel of wonders over here, where you can create water tiles, forest tiles, mountain tiles, desert tiles, plateau tiles or plain tiles, which they'll let you place 2 of in a turn because there's no real benefit to them besides movement. I could take an extra resource or I can take an extra card. So you have these options playing into your hand each turn as well. So to give you an idea, I'm going to start by placing 2 plain tiles and getting over to the resource. I'm going to use my 3 resources to put the prairie yak right next to the well, drawing some extra resources for the next turn, and I'm going to end my turn. Now, of course, my opponent's going to get to go. Explore is this game's version of Hearthstone's Ring card. It's the freebie resource and land card off the beginning. So I need to start getting forests out here since I'm playing primarily a green deck. I can only place 1 of those per turn, though. Notice I can only place these lands new lands adjacent to me. Any lands that I control, or a land that my character or one of my characters is standing on. I can't, just plop down a land over by these dark green lands that my opponent is placing. So we're going to throw that right here. Last word means when that card dies, I'll get to draw a card, so we'll just throw him in the forest. We're going to get a second forest out. Now that creature's got jump, 4/4 with jump, which means it moves 2 spaces jumping over obstacles. Let's get another forest out. I don't want to link these lands quite yet. Now I can start casting some of my greens. I have the Seed Sower, which only required 1 forest, the Tiki Caretaker, which required 2. Notice that they can only be initially placed on that land type 2. So I have to have an open forest to summon them. We'll give the gift of +2/+2 to the yak. We've got a powerful-ass yak right now. I could play the horse, but it gives a charge 3 to a character on that turn only, and I don't have anywhere to really effectively use that to take somebody out or to do damage to my opponent. So I'm just going to end turn right there. Now we're linked, so we can start to see some battles going back and forth. Gaining some resources, which is nice. How do I want to do this? Alright, so here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to place 2 lands here so that I can claim that well, and I'm going to in a second. I'm going to move my Village Elder out of the way. I'm going to put my horseman over by the well, give the yak charge, and... Wait. Oh, no, is charge just in a straight line? Did I make a mistake? Charge, move... oh, in a straight line. I'm stupid. I am stupid. Oh, well. Yeah, what are you going to do? A little bit of the dumb happening right there. Wanted to get over there and take out that 4/4, but the dumb got to me there. That's alright. We should still be okay. We're sitting on 2 wells here, so we're going to gather resources a bit faster than our opponent. Taunt, of course, if I put that on the board, any enemies adjacent to it must attack that, so obviously nice to place those around your heroes, right? So that you can force anybody close enough to your hero to attack. Notice this creature does not have rush or anything, so it's tapped out, for lack of a better term, on its summoning turn, so it's just going to sit there. However, we can use the yak to attack the Triton Warrior. It would move 1 space and then attack. That'll get that out of there. Go to the Great Lily Pad. We'll create an adjacent forest at random. Not really random when you know exactly where it's going to go, but that's a free forest for us. So 4 forests out, we shouldn't have any problems getting green cards out. Notice this creature jumped to a tile that there is no land tile on. Why? This creature has aquatic, so it has to stay in either these little lakes or the actual sea itself, where there is no land. So lots of interesting combinations that you can have going on in some of these decks. Now I want to start giving us a path to the, let's move you here so that you can claim that well, so that we can start moving down all the way to the boss. Now I'm going to leave the taunt right there at that point. I'm not going to take it any further because right now all paths kind of lead through this general vicinity. Oh, he's gaining some resources off the well as well. The well as well. Last word, add a random green card to your hand. It costs 3 resources less. That's awesome. Again, I'm just going to throw down some plateaus. Notice, again, I can start throwing lands further down the board because they're adjacent to either creatures I control or lands I have previously placed. I still could not place one right here, for instance. Also, of note, if you are wondering, you can change tiles that are yours. So if I needed all of a sudden to, whip out a mountain, I could change one of these forests to a mountain if I needed to do so. So let's start working our way down the board here. We're going to leave everybody else there. Start putting some other creatures down here just to protect. Yeah, that's last word, so it's not a waste. I have plenty of resources, so there was no reason not to hang on to, or not to dish out the cards right then. I'll still have plenty of resources on my next turn to cast my highest cast cost card if I needed to. See, there it goes, 7. What do we got here? When you summon a creature with 5 life or more, Ancient Beastmaster gains +1/+1. Pretty nifty. Pretty nifty. What do we want to do here? We don't particularly have anything crazy, so it's just going to kind of keep moving down the board. Get as many things down there as we can. Alright, fine. We'll put the Beastmaster out. Got quite the defensive barricade here, and I'm just going to take a card as my wheel option there instead of building land of any type. Aquatic and jump. Again, jump is a little challenging one to deal with sometimes. You really got to pay attention, and all these damn divers out here have jump. You know what? I'd rather lose a 4-2, so we'll just take you out. I didn't have to do that, but I want the spaces open. I could have just moved forward and attacked, but I want the spaces open to free up the ability for more of my creatures to get into combat range with El Basso there. I probably should have used that first, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and give it to you. We'll go ahead and drop a taunt right in front. That should help from anybody that tries to jump into range. And we'll take a card. All right. Opponent is still popping land out on the board. Summons 2/2/2 frogs with jump. Lots of frickin' frogs on the board right now from our friend Hoaka, who has 14 cards left in his deck, 8 cards left in his hand, and you get a resource breakdown here. 1 resource, 7 waters, nothing else. On my side, I've got 4 forests, nothing else. Everything else is plains. 5 available resources, 16 cards, 3 in my hand, and of course the last few moves that have happened. That's basically your entire interface. You do have options where you could change the graphics. 1920 by 1080 is the highest resolution you're going to get. So if you're playing on a 4K monitor like I am, yep, you're going to get 1080. So, oh well. We got a ton of people just chilling here, but that's all right. This match is about to be over. We'll keep moving things just to move them, and clear things out of my hand. We'll put you right there. That'll give you a buff. And we'll take a card. And yeah, I know, I put a 4 in front of a 4 strength in front of a 7 strength when I could have moved it up there, but boss only has 10 HP, and I'm banking on it being the end for the next turn with my 6 and 4 damage. Unless he throws something out with a taunt, or something I don't see coming, this match is over. See, and I got my taunts here, so if they attack, they're adjacent to those taunts, so they have no other option besides to leave my champion in his little orb snow globe alone and attack taunted creatures. And we'll end this. I'm only losing because of this stupid board. And that's something, keep that in mind for a second, because I want to show you something else. So 15 creatures we had to destroy, create 20 lands. We created 12. We're doing pretty well. So there's a difference between mission and epic mission. Now, we just played Hawaka on a regular mission, and he complained about the board. An epic mission, which I'm not going to play, it's just the same game, but the variant there is that there's something unique about the way the board is going to play. In this case, Hawaka creates an entirely different starting board. It's not the same style. The wells aren't the same. They're not in the same place. So, you're playing in various special rules, basically, or special circumstances. So that takes care of mission. Let's take a look at puzzle real quick. Now, most of the puzzles, in fact, I think all of them so far, have been of the win in one turn variety. But if you like thinking your way through things, this is a situational puzzle where they give you, all right, here it is. The enemy has 7 hit points left. These are the creatures on the board that belong to the enemies. This belongs to yours. It's got to protect. Here's what your hand is. Here's what your resources are. You may have wheel options over here. You may not. In this case, we don't. So I've got to figure out a way to nuke my opponent on this move. So looking at my hand, Yak attack, summon 3 2/2 angry yaks with haste, which means they don't have to wait to attack. Give a creature +1/+1, give a creature +1/+1, and deal 1 damage to all creatures. I've got a character on the board that does, what's it do? I gain 10 resources when it dies. Interesting. Interesting. I've got an opponent's creature over here that has Death Touch, so as soon as it attacks, the creature dies. And I've got a warrior here. So Protect is going to negate. Why is it not showing Protect there? I mean, that's what that bubble is, but it's not showing it to you on the tooltip. That bubble is a Protect. It's going to negate the damage the first time it takes damage. So I think just looking at this, and we might need to restart with this button, or if the turn expires, we'll try again. What I want to do is I'm going to attack here to get rid of that Protect. Is that what I wanted? I don't know if that's exactly what I wanted there. All right, let's restart it. I mean, in my brain, that worked a lot better here. I'm pretty sure I want... All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to cast Famine and do damage to everybody, including me. We're going to attack so that it kills that, and I get... Oh, I did that in the wrong order. All right, we're close. We're close, though, so a little trial and error. Never hurt anybody. Here's what we're going to do. All right, we're going to damage 1 all creatures. We're going to buff our opponent twice. Oh, why did it not work twice? What happened there? Redo. I thought I had the resources for this. I have 3. Okay, so Famine costs 2 and Campfires are 1 each. What am I not seeing here under the pressure of doing a first look video? I want this thing to die so that I can get the 10 resources to cast Yak Attack and kill this, and kill the boss. So that's the final move, is to Yak Attack and with haste, just nuke the boss. The Famine is going to do because these Yaks will do 6 damage since there's 3 2/2s. The Famine will give me the 7th piece of damage there. So I've got to find a way with what's on the board here and 2 campfires to kill my storm spawn so I can gain those 10 resources. How do we do this? I've got to hit something once or use Famine to get rid of Protect. And then I've got to get rid of 5 hit points. Or attack the Queen's Assassin. That's the trigger, I think. Let's try that. Let's try Famine to get rid of the Protect. We'll move... Oh, but the Queen's Assassin only has 1 hit point. Damn it! So Famine ends up killing her. Alright, so we do this. We give the Queen's Assassin a buff. We go ahead and Famine to get rid of the Protect. We then attack the Queen's Assassin with Storm Spawn, triggering Death Touch, which gives me my 10. Yak Attack, baby. We're going to put them there, there, and there. We're going to campfire one of them. And then attack with all 3. 2, 2, or 3, 2, and 2. There we go! See, there's the puzzle mode, gang. And I love the puzzle mode. I'll be honest, I'm addicted to it. Alright, we've gained a chest as a mission reward. Pretty cool. Opened up the 2nd of 10 in the Jalmir 2 pack. So let's go through some of the menus here. A lot of what you expect is here. Battle mode, of course, would be playing somebody in an online. You can play in casual and in ranked. So pretty much exactly what you would expect. Pandora mode, you do need Pandora coins to play, but you'll earn at least 1 once you hit level 7. Pandora requires you to hit level 7 to even unlock, and they'll give you a free Pandora coin at that point. And it's you're trying to win 9 games. It's your arena draw. Pick one of these cards, build a deck, keep going, keep going. So, for instance, yeah, sure, we'll take the Walking Fortress, and then Queen's Favorite. You know the name of the game here. You've seen Hearthstone enough and other games to realize what Pandora mode is now. As far as the way everything's working behind the scenes, you've got your typical collection pane where you can sort by the type of card or search for a particular card. And of course, there is a crafting system. You will earn your materials here through various quests and accomplishments, but you can also, of course, disenchant duplicates of cards and then craft versions of the cards that you want. So Soul Pact costs 5. We'll go ahead and create one of those. There we go. Gain 2 resource and deal 2 damage to yourself. So basically a swap, but you do need deserts, and I don't have a whole lot of desert cards right now. As far as actually building the deck from your collection, you've got a couple of options, actually. You can go ahead and create a new deck based on whatever the hell you want. It doesn't matter. You can just create a custom deck and throw whatever cards. As you level up, though, you will unlock formulas that give you a proposed deck. Like, here is a proposed decent red starting deck. Now, I only have 28 of the 30 cards used for that, so I could hit create and sub in 2 extra cards and just roll with that for a while and then come back and maybe I have enough. Or I can just sub in whatever I want. So you can start with these various formulas that you open up. You'll get green pretty early, red at about level 6 or 7, and blue, I forget what I did to do that. Maybe it was beating the entire puzzle deck. I don't remember off the top of my head. But you can see there's plenty of formulas that as you level, you'll unlock. So nice starting points on those new creation decks. The shop itself, here's your cash shop currency to your gems. 250 is 99 cents, so if you want to buy a battle chest, which is basically a booster pack, 5 new cards, Costs you 250 gems, 99 cents. Of course, if you buy in bulk, you're getting a bigger discount, or you can save up 1,000 gold and get yourself a new battle chest. Mythic chest contains items. To show you what I mean, I have... Let's go to chests. I have a bunch of regular chests. I did buy a mythic one or two just to see what it gave you, what mythic items were. Let's open one up and take a peek. Alright, so we got a card, which is nice. Another card. Ooh, Erdogan Force. And a card back. So, I'm not sure what this guy does here. But I have won things like that from there, like different wells that I could use on a board, you know, cosmetically. The orb that my character, my hero is in on the board, the little snow globe thing, different versions of that. So there's a lot as far as what you could pick up cosmetically in there. Looking at the rest of the shop, here you go. Underground Boss is a new avatar, an orb, the Orb of the Giants for your character profile to be in. Different wells that you can put on the board, card backs, and they've got some sets up here as well, where you're picking up the orb, you're picking up the wells, you're picking up the card backs, all at the same time, both for gold and for cash shop currency. Now they do have, I thought this was kind of interesting, Goki the Gold Miner. So if you're trying to farm up in-game gold, this costs you 1,000 gems, and you can only buy it with gems. But basically, for spending, let's see, what's the minimum? For spending $5, we'd get 1,500 gems, and we could spend 1,000 on the gold miner, still have 500 gems left over. What does it do? This character mines gold for you every day for 30 days. He always finds at least 300 gold, and sometimes he finds a lot more. Hire Goki and receive a hiring bounty of 5,000 gold right away. So there is the ability to buy gems and convert it into gold. Guaranteed 5,000, guaranteed 300 a day for the next 30 days, but you could get a lot more. So yes, you can technically buy gems and convert it into the in-game gold if you wanted to. Daily quests, we already talked about that. Of course, you got your friends lists if you want to play against people, as well as find people, and settings, not much to talk about. Taking a look at the options, they're very basic. This is it. You've got your size and resolution, and then high quality, and how do you want your sound effects to go, and do you want to play in windowed or not. But that's Faeria in a nutshell, gang. Not too bad. I'm having quite a bit of fun with it, actually, particularly the puzzle mode. I really enjoy the puzzle mode. I'm all right with the battles. It's different enough that it's engaging enough for me to want to do it. I have plenty of stuff to do solo, plenty of stuff to do online against other players, and it just launched today out of early access, so it's all official now. If you want to check it out, it's available on Steam. Until next time, gang, this is Magic Man from MMOBomb.com saying stay safe. We'll see you on the servers.